Well, I became a manager because I was an artist. I retired from playing the piano, at least concertizing on stage, making a living as a pianist 9 years ago, and decided to concentrate fully on Price Rubin & Partners, which is my management firm. We represent artists all over the world, all kinds of different genres, and it's always expanding. But the reason I put it together years ago, about 31 years ago, was because I felt that I wasn't getting the representation that I needed, or that I deserved, or that I wanted. And I found that many, many artists are in this position where they feel they have anxiety over their careers, over their playing. Of course, everybody has anxiety over their particular disciplines. I did, as well as anyone else. Mental anxiety, physical anxiety, all kinds of stuff. And we'll get into this later. But as an introduction, I'd like to say that in my case, I became a manager because I was an artist. That may not make sense to you right off the bat, and I will explain that. My real name, of course, is Dick Ranatamian. I'm Armenian. That's my real name. That was the pianist's name, if you will. I gained or acquired the Jack Price persona back in 1984, the 83-84 season, when I was in Kitchener-Waterloo playing the Khachaturian Concerto with, believe it or not, an Armenian conductor by the name of Rafi Armenian. And everybody joked about it, say, how can his name be Armenian when he is Armenian? And I said, hey, don't ask me. I knew an Armenian named Arabian. So it depends on what you're talking about. There's a lot of funny stuff with Armenian names, I can assure you. But not to digress, I was in Kitchener-Waterloo playing the Khachaturian, and lo and behold, there's a guy in the audience by the name of Jack Price. And he comes backstage with a friend of mine who had arranged for this booking, who was Armenian, and said, hey, you should meet Jack Price. And I said, oh, hello, Jack Price. And we went out for dinner. I could tell he was a very cultivated man, very knowledgeable and whatnot. And he finally told me that his agency, Price Rubin & Partners, was responsible for Pierre Trudeau's run for for the Prime Minister seat. Everybody knows Pierre Trudeau, of course. He was a very well-known politician in Canada. And so I asked him, I said, you're responsible for Pierre Trudeau's candidacy as Prime Minister. He won that seat or position similar to our President or Margaret Thatcher, Prime Minister of England. It was a very important seat. I said, what did you do to garner him this magnificent, accomplishment? He said, well, it was basically direct marketing, triple-tiered direct marketing to be specific, and a lot of advertising and public relations as well, and management. And he said, all four of those things are different. I said, really? I thought it's all promotion. I thought it was all under the heading of promotion. And so he said, no, it's direct marketing is, if you want to be, direct about it, getting the gigs. Public relations promotes the gigs. Advertising says your brand is strong. He just said that, like that. It just rang a bell in my head. I said, wow. Okay, direct marketing actually brands the name so that people know the name well enough to book it, because no one's going to book anyone they don't know. And he said, exactly. I don't care if you're talking about hairspray. I don't care if you're talking about a can of peanuts. I don't care if you're talking about a mime or an actress or shampoo. Farrah Fawcett shampoo happened to be one of the products he promoted back in the 80s. And so we had this fantastic discussion at dinner over a big steak, and we both like steak. So I said, hey, I can be Jack Price because I like steak. And so he just talked for hours, and he was charming and funny. He told the funniest jokes. He actually belonged to a jokesters club in London. And he told some of the, I can't repeat a lot of the jokes he told. But anyway, that's how the Jack Price persona came about. Unfortunately, the real Jack Price passed away a few years ago, not long ago, a couple of years ago. He was in his 90s, and we have a tribute to him on our website. It's called the Price Rubin Story. And he's pictured there in all of his glory, so you can see him. He was a natural salesman, and I found out through his mentorship that I was also a natural salesman. And I love the entrepreneurial side of my life, promoting artists, promoting the different products and services we have at Price Rubin. But like I said, the beginnings were because I was an artist. I became Jack Price because I was Dick Ronatamian.